Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This reading is for Aquarius and this is your monthly reading for August. Now, what I'm doing before I get into the reading, I have an offer on my website which is for a 5 card reading, so please do go over there and check it out. It's all in the description box, and that is just to celebrate 4,000 plus subscribers. So I'm very grateful to every single one of you. So I'm going to be doing the playing cards like I usually do because quite a few of you seem to like them. And I'm going to be getting into the specific areas of your life using the Victorian Steampunk Tarot. So, the playing cards for you is the Six of Clubs, the Four of Spades, the Four of Diamonds, and the Seven of Hearts. So, what I'm seeing here for you guys is I see that there are going to be some accomplishments and successes for you. Like you're going to be acknowledged for the work that you do, or you could be getting a promotion, or you could even be, other people are just seeing what you do and they're praising you for it. But what's interesting here is like, I see that maybe you've been working really hard in order to progress as far as you have, and it's saying that a break might be needed for you. But then I don't see you taking that break though. I think these cards could be representing somebody that could actually be a bit of a workaholic, like they work a lot and they're so driven by what they want to do and their success in terms of their job that they may not take the time out they need in order to rest, recuperate, and so forth. And then you might see that maybe you're afraid of losing your that recognition. Maybe that's what keeps you in the job without you taking breaks, like taking time off. Like it could almost be like maybe you want to be that person that is always on top of things, always knows what is going on in the workplace, and maybe you feel like, oh my gosh, if I take time off, then people are going to be like, I'm going to be out of the loop, and then other people might either take responsibility over what I usually do, or people may not look up to me as much or have to come to me because obviously I'm not there. And then it could be saying as well that um, and that's why these cards were quite interesting. I was looking at them for quite some time because the last card, playing card that showed up, kind of made me think, well, how does it fit into the rest? Because it kind of shows where you are. Um, Either you have different options of things that you want to do, or fantasies and such. But then I see it sort of underneath the rest and recuperation card. So for some of you guys, it could be saying maybe you need some rest or recuperation because maybe your mind has just been exhausted, or there's too much that you have going on in your mind. Thoughts, maybe things that you want to do, stuff like that. And maybe you just need a break from all of that thinking, all of that stuff you got going on. Or it could be saying that maybe there is some connection with your dreams as well. Maybe like your actual dreams, not dreams as in just goal things you want to do, but your actual dreams that you have when you go to sleep. Maybe your dreams are actually giving you messages, some kind of messages for you. So, or maybe your dreams is even trying to tell you something about maybe you overworking yourself or something like that. So I would say, regardless of what the message is, try and pay attention to your dreams. Maybe it'll be good for you to write a dream journal, just to see what kind of messages can come through there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But then at the same time, where these cards could also be representing somebody that is a bit of a workhorse, it also could be representing a person that maybe you've worked hard to progress, but maybe you can't afford to actually take the time off. Maybe it's not just about you wanting to work that time. Maybe you would like some time off, but maybe you can't take that time off as and when like you want to. Again, maybe because of financial reasons, maybe because I mean, if it's connecting with finance, maybe it could be saying that maybe you do a job that is literally based on you getting paid while you're there. Maybe you just don't have that choice of taking taking that time. Or maybe it could be saying that maybe for some of you guys, you might have already used your holidays, and then maybe taking off additional time might be too difficult for you. So it kind of goes either way. Maybe even for some of you, maybe how it connects to finances, and and then having that last card, maybe it could be saying as well that you um might be holding on to success that you have in a certain job, but maybe you have aspirations to do other things or move into other avenues. But again, I feel like maybe your achievements that you've had where you are have kind of kept you there and have made you feel maybe more comfortable. And so you may not be wanting to, maybe a part of you wants to venture out or wants to retreat or wants to do something a bit different, maybe take a break from this, move into something else, maybe a new industry or something like that. But then at the same time, I don't think you have a clear vision or a clear direction as to what it is that you want to do maybe on this in this new endeavor um that you may be thinking about. So it also could be showing up that way as well. But I kind of see this relationship where there is a holding on to success that is really important for you, maybe more than taking out the time that you need for yourself. But then you have to get things clear. I feel like if you was to take the time out for yourself, your mind will be more clear. You would be able to maybe make choices a bit better, or maybe be able to just see things from a better perspective. You know, sometimes we just need to kind of be in a different space, or, you know, it doesn't mean that we have to travel far, but sometimes we just have to, I don't know, be out in nature somewhere maybe where it's a bit more peaceful, where you can just get your thoughts together, because it's hard to do that in the workplace, because that's to go go go. And especially if you spend a lot of time at your job, then you come home, maybe your home life is quite busy as well, or maybe you just don't have that time to kind of sit in peace. It can mean that, you know, maybe you don't even get the time to really sit down and really think things through. Like maybe you just don't have that time. So maybe like taking some time out for yourself and just going away like somewhere where you can have a bit of a break might help you to kind of collect your thoughts, um and figure out maybe what future plans that you want to do, what you want to fulfill. When it comes to your work, you have the Two of Beetles, which would be the Two of Pentacles reversed. Now, what this card is kind of telling me is I'm feeling like, again, it could be representing that finances might be a little bit tight, even though there may have been some successes or progression when it comes to work. Maybe financially, there still could be more there that can help you make ends meet, but yeah, like maybe you could have got, maybe for some of you guys, you could have got some kind of raise, or maybe still the money isn't that much. Because, like, when I look at that card, it's almost like saying that there could be some kind of strain or some kind of, but then that card can also represent being inflexible. So maybe for some of you guys, you don't want to embrace any forms of changes when it comes to money or your work situation, something like that. Maybe you need to be a bit more flexible. Maybe you need to maybe again be open to other avenues, or maybe other ideas, other ways of doing things, other ways of thinking, instead of feeling blocked in what you do currently. Also, when I look at that card as well, um, again, it could, because it's a two card, it could represent choices or decisions, but then I'm seeing that maybe it's been difficult for you to make a final choice or a decision when it comes to finances and stuff. And I guess that's how it could be connecting with the playing cards and saying maybe you really have to take some time out to really think about what it is that you truly want out of this situation. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing now. If I feel more like, I'll come back to that card, because I feel like that card isn't really, it's not done yet. The next card that is for those of you that are in relationships, you have the Knight of Moths, that is showing up reversed. So to me, let me just see. I feel guided to pick another one for that one as well. The other one I picked is the Five of Dragonflies, which is the Five of Cups. So to me, it can represent some kind of arguments, disagreements, could be a bit hot-tempered in a dispute with somebody else. It can represent somebody that is only thinking about themselves as well, a person that might be um some I don't really like when that card shows up for relationships because it can almost represent somebody that tries to put you down or act like they're better than you, um, or act like they know more than you know, or something like that. And then it can cause like disagreements. And I feel like you're gonna be set in your ways, that person is gonna be set in your ways. And then it's like in the end, it's almost like when you have an argument with somebody and that argument has played itself out, and then you think to yourself, oh, like in the heat of it, like you keep on going with it, but then in the end, it's like no one really wins, and then you walk away feeling like, oh, I was such an idiot for even like engaging in that argument in the first place. Like that's kind of how that card shows up. Like that's how I kind of interpret it. So it could be to having like disputes that just aren't even like really necessary, but then again, it's like feelings can be hurt by the end of it. Also, and how that kind of connects with the more with the five of dragonflies, like that's kind of more what I was feeling with the knight of moths. Like maybe there's going to be this conflict, but then with the five of dragonflies, it's like you're looking at the negative of a situation. You're not able to see like the positive in it. And maybe again it's because of this other person's behavior, or maybe it's just the way you respond to that person as well. And maybe you kind of can see the negative in what they're saying or what they're doing, and and maybe that person again, like they may have an issue with it, but then you're kind of looking at it from a really negative space, like, but then it can be a disappointment with this card as well, like almost being disappointed with the person that you're with, or disappointment with, again, maybe something that was said that is making you see more of the negative in this relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship is going to end. I just kind of see hurt feelings, and so I think the best way to deal with it is kind of just to talk things out, be able to understand like what is really going on, what is affecting like this relationship under what is the underlying issues, and then sort of seeing like where do you go from that point onwards. Um, so yeah. For those of you that are single, you have the magician. So what the magician could be showing is that there could be an opportunity for you to manifest the love that you want, if you want love, that is. So it could say that the opportunity is there for you. The magician is almost like that person that knows how to get what he wants, knows how to get his way. And so, if he meets somebody, he will know kind of what to say to that person to get them on their side. The only thing is that he can be a bit of a trickster, and he can be a bit he can be I don't want to say manipulative in a really bad way, like sometimes it can be in like a bad way, but then also it can be like just manipulating the situation because he knows how to use it, like he's skilled in that way. So he will know the right things to say to woo you. He will know the he will play on your interests and who you are and stuff to really get in there with you. And so you might have the opportunity to be like that with somebody else, and it could really work in your favor. So it's like if this month in August, like you see somebody and you're like, oh, that person's really good looking and stuff, and you go over and start talking to them, you might actually find that like everything you say, like that person is like, yeah, like they're interested in you, and you just know how to play it, like you just know what to say, how to be charming, or how to just get your way out of that situation. So use your power for good. Like for those of you that are single, if you're hoping for a relationship, like use your powers for good, don't use it for evil. Okay. So um when it comes to your final card, which is your spirit card, you have the Hermit. And the Hermit could be saying that a few months ago you got the Hermit in your spirit card as well. So it could be saying this might be a time for you to be really reflective, really thinking about what it is that you want right now, really asking yourself the big questions about life in general. It's kind of a card where you need to go and you need to soul search, and that's kind of what I'm feeling for you. Soul searching is going to be a big deal for you, because I think it's going to get you really clear on certain things that you're wanting to do, but you need to give yourself that time out to retreat. So that's what I was saying. If you're finding that your job is taking up a lot of your time and you're just finding it so hard to kind of make that time for yourself, the Hermit card as well is saying that you need a bit of alone time. So, and then again, for those of you that are in a relationship where things might be getting a bit difficult, the Hermit might be saying maybe you guys need to just spend a bit of time apart to kind of just see how you feel about the situation, for you to kind of reflect and think, okay, what do I do? What is the best step for me? Um, the Hermit could also be saying that I feel like maybe your interests right now are kind of like just lying elsewhere. There's definitely things that you have to kind of uh, think through. I'm just kind of looking. It's interesting because I'm kind of seeing on in this card. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's just so dark, like the way this card is coming out. But I'm seeing like a butterfly that's trapped in a web. And so it might be maybe you're feeling like that. Maybe there's things you want to change, you want to transform, maybe within yourself or just your life in general. And maybe you're feeling a bit trapped right now, a bit like you can't be free of a certain situation, and you want that sense of freedom, but you have to kind of be able to give yourself the opportunity to think about how are you going to achieve that for yourself, how are you going to do that. Because when I look at your cards, I see that there have been some forms of achievements that have been coming through for you. But I think that those achievements, like they're nice on the surface, but it's almost like you're going within yourself and you're thinking to yourself, okay, all of that stuff is good, but then what do I need within myself to feel connected, to feel like maybe all this stuff has been happening around you, but still within yourself something maybe feeling like it's lacking, or you're in search of something more, you're in search of something greater, so or more meaning in your life or something like that. But I think it's going to be it's very spiritual experience with the Hermit showing up in terms of your spiritual cards. Like this is what's taking place within you, and I wonder what crystal it is that's on top of that. It's a blue one. What could that be? Doesn't look like blue calcite, but blue crystals are usually like connected with the throat chakra as well. So it could be saying that maybe you have to kind of speak your truth. Maybe you have to be honest with yourself, or maybe honest with others in terms of your need for something greater, for something more fulfilling, more uh rewarding on an internal level, not just on the outside, and of accolades and other people's praise. But yes, that's your reading, Aquarius. Peace and many blessings to you, and do check out my website. I'll see you guys. Bye.